What's up, my friends? It's Tracy Allen, aka the Cremation Lady. I had someone that filled out a form on Facebook to get more information about pre-planning. Now, when I called the person, they wouldn't even allow me to really say anything. I called, I was like, yeah, were you requesting information on pre-planning? And he immediately says, I didn't call, I didn't fill out anything, I don't have any money, I'm too poor to die. Click. I was like, okay. So I wanted to address not having a lot of money and just kind of reminding people what this is and how it works. So most people will put a plan in place because they have people that they care about. And they don't want that person to be stuck with making the decisions and coming up with the money after they die. After, like myself, after I die, my family won't have to worry about coming up with the money and who to call or any of that because I have a plan in place. Now, the neat thing about getting a plan and putting it in place now is you're locking in today's prices. Everything continues to go up. You know, cremations back in the 70s was $100. It's not $100 anymore. But everything continues to go up and up and up. So if I live another 20 or 30 years, my kids won't have to pay tomorrow's prices for the situation that will happen then. So that's, something to keep in mind. Now, if you are broke and you don't have the money to do pre-planning, but let's say you wanted to. Let's say your heart was in it because you don't want you don't want your family to be stuck at that time, then you can always ask for help and remind people that when you die, somebody's most likely going to help at that time. Now, this comes with really being able to be comfortable enough to ask your family to help you on it. I know a lot of times many of us are so proud that we don't want to ask people for help. But sometimes there are people that are willing to help because they get what you're trying to do and they want to support you. And especially when it comes to something like this, because when you have a plan put in place, now let's say your children are the ones that have to take care of you when you die. If you have a plan that they help put in place, they have a lot of confidence that it's not something that they have to worry about at that time. So never be afraid to ask. If your family says, no, I don't have any money either, then, look, don't worry about it. I share this information because there are people that want to do this. But I tell you, pre-need cremation is a whole lot less expensive than traditional burial, and especially here in California. I may have shared the story with you about this one lady whose her mother passed away in December, and I had met her mom earlier last year, and her mom was wanting to put a plan in place, but she wanted her daughter to help. And the daughter was just, so busy, so caught up in the things that she had going on and being concerned about her mom, but she never got back to me. And so I'll send out some text messages. I'll call people a couple times. And after that, I don't. And so I ultimately stopped trying to chase her, But then in December, her mom passed. And she called me. And she said, $9,000 into this, I realized how important it would have been to talk to you back then. They ultimately had to do GoFundMes and all of this here stuff. And she was like, yeah, the hospital was charging $700 just to pick my mom up. Whoever it was that she used, I don't know if it was the hospital, but whoever picked her mom's body up, they charged $700 just for that. So when I'm going through how the plan that I have works, I share with people this extra cost that people had to pay, not with my plan. This extra thing that people had to do, not with my plan. So what I love about the plan that I have is it's all inclusive. There's nothing that's straggling for people to say, oh, my loved one is gone. They bought a plan, but now I'm writing a check for another $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever the case may be. So again, when you're looking at pre-planning, even if you don't have a whole lot of money, we have different payment plan options, and you can get started for very little down, very a small monthly amount. There's no prepayment penalties. There's no credit check. There is an interest rate, but even that's not how much you would pay if you had a credit card. Credit cards are definitely offering more than what our plan does for the monthly payment. So look into what your options are and get this stuff planned out so that it's not such a hassle. Because at the time of need, it's like strings all over the place. And people are now grasping at strings, straws, whatever you want to call it. But they're trying to take care of all of this when they're grieving. And when you have a plan put in place, it's like a bubble. Everything is in that bubble. And people don't spend as much money. They don't have to stress as much. There's so many good reasons as to why you should plan in advance. That's all I have for you guys. It's been a busy past week. This is the end of the month, and I have a lot left to do. So I just wanted to make this quick message and wish you a very good day, good evening, happy last week of February, and all of the best to you. So thank you for liking my video. Thank you for subscribing and leaving comments when you do. And that's all I got. Ciao for now.